I feel like we'll have similar top fours this week.
Yes. You want me to go?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to start with the worst. 14, 15, 16, UCF, West Virginia, Oklahoma State. You said something earlier, might have been off air. You thought about moving UCF up. They beat West Virginia, beat somebody else. This is like, you're really good at tiers. 6 through 13 is the I don't really care as much about tier. Now, the top two are probably better than the rest, but we'll go Colorado 13, Kansas State 12, Arizona 11, Kansas 10. And then maybe I'm not giving this group enough respect, but I just don't think they have, these two in particular, have great defenses. But Baylor 9, TCU 8. These two teams, I have respect for the coaches, so they're at the high end of the who cares group here. Number 7, Iowa State. Number 6, Houston. I think the Cougars moved up a spot. Why, I don't know, because they almost lost to Arizona. My top 5, I think this is I still don't buy Cincinnati, but at this point, I can't really say anything bad about them. Number 5 is Utah, though. Cincinnati 4. Arizona State 3. Texas Tech 2. BYU 1. Do I really think BYU is better than Texas Tech? Good news is we get to find that out. But right now, record-wise, I guess they have to be.
I've got 4 tiers. And that works out because there's 16 teams. The bottom tier, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, UCF, Colorado from 16 to 13. The next tier, which I guess I would call the should-be bowling tier. Kansas State, Iowa State, Baylor, and Kansas. By the way, whoever wins that Kansas State-Kansas game this weekend will be 9th. So there's a little bit of wiggle room there.
Yes.
I moved Kansas State up this week. Both Kansas State and Colorado were on a bye. But after stewing on those two teams for a full week, I thought, you just
I
probably should have had Kansas State above Colorado last week. I think I gave Colorado too much love for that Iowa State game.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought Iowa State played bad, is so injured. And that's why I have them at 11. They're so banged up. And they got even more banged up against Colorado. But I don't think season long as a team, Colorado is a better team than Iowa State.
Yeah.
Or Kansas State. That moves me up to the next tier, which I think is the could beat anybody but probably won't tier. TCU, Arizona, Houston at 6, Utah at 5. And then my Big 12 contenders, I'd be shocked if one of these 4 teams didn't win the Big 12 and all 4 of these teams weren't represented in the Big 12 championship in some way. Or 2 of the 4. Arizona,
really
not all 4. Not all 4. Arizona State, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, BYU.
Cincinnati at 3.
Cincinnati at 3, like Lucas.
Yep.
Just based on they're undefeated.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They haven't lost since week 0.
No, I agree. I should live in the now with them, but I just remember the second half collapse last year, and last time I checked, we're getting to the second half now.
Now, Baylor at home, at Utah, Arizona, BYU at home, at TCU. They could lose 3 games.
3 games, yeah.
In fact, they could lose all 5, I think. Because if you look at who they've beaten, they beat Kansas on a last-second drive. They beat Iowa State in a game where they lost a starting corner or both starting corners. Then they beat UCF by 8, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And really didn't look very good. And then hammered Oklahoma State, but
I think
that's their 4 Big 12 wins.
I think they're the perfect example of a team that you have up there, and whenever they lose that first game, they drop like 6 spots. You're like, okay, they are who we thought they were.
Waiting on the other, but the other shoe has not dropped.
Yes.
It certainly could, and it could this week. By the way, Houston beating Arizona. Then they go to Arizona State, West Virginia at UCF, and then they finish with TCU and Baylor. TCU at home at Baylor.
Houston.
So
I think maybe 2 losses in there, maybe. Because I think they lose maybe 1 to TCU or Baylor, and they lose to Arizona State. So that means they have a 3-loss season, 9-3.
I will be keeping an eye.
My Cougs.
I will be keeping an eye on what Arizona State does this weekend.